Hey everybody, Barbara here live from Shafran Herbals from my garden where I grow my peppermint that I use in my peppermint lip balm. So this is just part one of how I make my peppermint lip balm, and it's going to talk about how we make the infused almond oil. We infuse the almond oil with peppermint, and that gives our lip balm a little bit more oomph. All right, I'm back in my kitchen. I just showed you the peppermint that I grow at the end of my driveway. It's all organic. I don't use any pesticides or herbicides of any kind. And so I harvest probably once a week a big bag of the peppermint. This is dried. I cut it, I set it on my dining room table, and then I let it dry, and then I store it in these bags. So what I'm going to do when I make my infused peppermint oil, I'm going to take the dried peppermint leaves, fill them up to here in the jar, and then I'm going to add almond oil to the jar, and then I will put it in my crock pot with some water in there and make a water bath and let it sit for 6 to 8 hours on low, and sometimes keep warm if it gets a little too warm. And then this oil I will mix with coconut oil, beeswax, cocoa butter, and some peppermint essential oil to make my lip balms, which are really one of my best sellers. So this is behind the scenes. This is my secret ingredient that I use in my peppermint lip balm. So take this, and I'm just going to strip the leaves off the stem. I'm going to set the stems aside, and I want as many leaves as possible. If you want to, you can add some stems into the jar. I mean, it's not a big deal, but I just like to have more leaves than stems. Okay, the jar is full of the peppermint leaves and the almond oil, so now I'm going to put it in my water bath. So used externally on the lips, it does have a plumping action. So when you're using Shafran Herbals, you'll feel a nice tingle on your lips, and it'll plump your lips up a little bit. It's also nice to have a tube of the Shafran Herbals Peppermint Lip Balm on hand, because you can use it on your temples, on your forehead, and on the back of your neck if you get headaches. Some people have even said with migraines that the peppermint can help with migraines. And also you can use it externally on any bug bites or any itching or inflammation that you have. So you could use the lip balm for that. And if you didn't want to put the part that you put on your mouth on your mosquito bite or something, you could just rub it on your finger and then rub it on your itch or your inflamed part of your skin. So peppermint, in addition to smelling great and tasting great, is really good for digestion. So it's a carminative and an antispasmodic, which means that it's good for muscle spasms. It'll calm the visceral muscles, and also it's good for gas. So if you suffer from flatulence, you'll probably like to have some peppermint tea. And if you don't grow your own peppermint, you can always get it at the grocery store. And it's a nice thing you can do for your belly before or after you eat your dinner. So in addition to being used for digestion, Peppermint tea can also be used as a nervine tonic, meaning that it helps with anxiety and tension. So you can sip some of the tea, or when you're smelling the lip balm that you put on, just the smell of the peppermint can be a mood booster and can help with anxiety and stress. To make your tea from dried peppermint leaves, you're going to use about a tablespoon of dried peppermint leaves to your 8 ounces of water. But I'm going to make some tea for myself now, so I can relax and enjoy the sunshine and read a book. And so I'm going to use a little bit more, and if you want to see, probably about that much of the peppermint leaves fresh in my Star Wars mug. And I take my boiling water, put it on there, and I'm going to wait for about 10 minutes or so, and then I'm going to have my peppermint tea.